right, welcome back. We're having a slight, speaking of great captains like Chris Columbus, we're having a little mutiny on the bounty right here. Nico and Jess are mouthing off to Frank and I for some reason.
No, I think they're fine. I think they're fine.
Well, Jess comes to Nico's, rescue. Oh, let's not blame Nico for other people's.
She's a sucker for hard luck cases.
Yeah, I guess. Who knows? Good luck to you. All right, so the last segment of the day, every day, I screw up every day. I exaggerate. I hypothecate. I do all kinds of things. I make stuff up sometimes for a laugh, like hiring an Indian chief from the village people. But Frank corrects any true factual mistakes I made to keep me honest. And aside from disclosing that I have 5 pounds of hot dogs in my fridge, what other mistakes have I made today?
Well, there seems to be a tremendous
she's getting a hot flash over
lack
there because
of ice in the freezer and of clean glasses. So I don't know what's going on here, but that's something that I would suggest.
The freezer's broke. I have to buy a new fridge, which I've been lackadaisical on. And all the clean glasses are in the dishwasher clean.
Oh, okay. All right.
So
well, now I know.
You didn't look there.
No, I didn't know. All right. But no, other than that, I didn't catch any other uncorrected errors before. I tried to nip them in the bud at the time, but I think that's about it. All right, one other item of news.
He's like Mr. Miyagi, trimming up the little tree, nipping the buds.
The bonsai bushes, yeah.
The bonsai.
An internal CIA report claiming that lax security led to the theft of some of the agency's top hacking tools by one of its officers, okay? So I just want people to understand. The CIA is now admitting that they had such poor security that the stuff that the CIA uses to hack into things was stolen by a CIA employee. So this was a report released by Oregon Senator Ron Wyden, and he said the intelligence agencies should lose their exemption from cybersecurity standards the rest of the government must follow. I have a tough time disagreeing with him here.
I'm with you all the way. I mean, we had the whole Hillary Clinton email scandal. We couldn't recover her emails. They were bleach bitted. They were wiped. They were scraped. They were smashed with hammers. You would think the greatest intelligence service on earth can recover emails. But yeah, I have to agree with him. Sounds like the hackers were hacked.
That's right. That's exactly what
Our
happened.
government hacking team was hacked.
That's exactly what happened. All right.
What a bunch of hacks.
2 other quick sports-related items that I want to bring to people's attention. Kicker Aldrich Rosas.
Former New York Giant kicker.
Yeah. So he was arrested yesterday in California in an alleged hit and run, 100-mile-per-hour police chase essentially went on. And he's only 25 years old, but apparently there was alcohol involved as well. So it's not looking good for him.
Well, he's got some time to serve out his jail sentence because the NFL doesn't look like it's starting anytime soon.
Yeah, and one of the few things that we can watch has been wrestling. And now the WWE is canceling TV tapings after one of their wrestlers has tested positive for the coronavirus.
Wow. Well, we're still broadcasting. Okay, and Vince McMahon, if you're out there, I have a huge backyard. We can have an outdoor wrestling match. And, if I go with the other plan and I get the Indian and the cop from the Village People, maybe we could do a tag team match. Village People versus like Ric Flair and Randy Macho Man Savage or something like that.
Well, Randy Savage is dead, so
I know
it wouldn't be him, but yes.
Randy Macho Man Savage was from Staten Island, so he's...
Well, he lived here. His brother Lanny is a very interesting guy, very outspoken when it comes to politics. He used to wrestle as the Genius, you may remember.
Yep, I remember.
Or Leapin' Lanny Poffo. He would come on the show.
Yeah. We should get him.
We should.
We should get him. I should wrestle him. For a charity.
He's still in pretty good shape, I gotta say.
I'm saying, it's fake. It's not real wrestling. I'll get thrown around a little bit.
He also does
thrown around for real.
These very interesting poems and limericks. He's an interesting guy.
Oh, wow. Well, let's get him on under the guise of us being interested in his poems and limericks.
Yeah,
and
but
I'll make
comedic
believe I don't know he's a wrestler. And then while he's on, I'll challenge him to a wrestling match.
Do you remember how when he used to wrestle, he used to recite a poem
Yes.
before the
Yeah,
match.
yeah, yeah,
well,
yeah.
that's what he still does.
I
He doesn't
got it.
wrestle anymore, but he recites those poems. He's very funny too, I must say. He's a little weird, but he's very funny.
Did you see this fight that Ted Cruz got in a fight with someone, and he threatened and he challenged the guy to wrestle Jim Jordan? Did you see that?
I did not see that, actually.
Oh my!
10K on it.
Yeah, he's
10K
yeah.
for charity.
Ted Cruz was battling someone, I forget who it was, on a Twitter war. And the guy said something like, hey, Matt Gaetz, you're lucky Jim Jordan's around, otherwise you'd be the ugliest guy in Congress.
Oh, boy, that's mean.
And Ted Cruz came to his defense and said, hey, I'll put up 10 grand to your favorite charity if you wrestled Jim Jordan. I bet you wouldn't last 10 seconds with him. So I thought it was weak on Ted Cruz's behalf to say, why don't I get my friend Jim Jordan to kick your butt? You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't, right? You don't volunteer someone else to fight your fight
Right,
for you.
I'm with you.
I don't think.
Exactly.
Do you?
I don't. I don't.
Ron Perlman, someone said. Who? Ron Perlman? Oh, Ron Perlman is who Ted Cruz was
I
going
see.
back and forth with. Thank you, Tommy
Yeah, he
Lockwood.
strikes me as kind of a jerk, to be honest, Ron Perlman.
Ron
I
Perlman
don't
is
know
a
him.
jerk, and I could tell you 1,000%. Years ago, when I was a stockbroker, I had Ron Perlman as a client. Okay, he was a client of mine. Okay, and he was. I mean, if you could think about the word hubris, you know what I mean, and then somehow or another take that out to some exponential value of hubris, he was one of the biggest JOs around. Because he thought he knew it all, and he talked down to people, and he was kind of rotten. He turned out to be pretty rotten to his ex-wife.
Yes,
also.
that's for sure.
So maybe Ron Perlman. I think he ran Revlon into the ground or something like that. I think he was the CEO of Revlon at the time. But maybe he should wrestle Jim Jordan.
It would be very interesting. I'd watch.
Maybe we get the Indian and the cop from the Village People down here to referee it, and we'll get the genius down here to coach.
We may have to fly him in here.
Somehow or another, I'm going to get more events going in my backyard, hook or by crook. And any day now, I expect the government to have drones flying over my yard so they can get some surveillance on me.
I like it. I like it.
All right, tomorrow's Woman Wednesday. We bring you the perspective of the woman as much as we can, and we have a great show for you tomorrow. You be here tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel, more Liquid Lunch.